Good morning, everyone.
How's everyone doing today? We'll give everyone a couple seconds here to catch up with us on stream. Guys, it's I'm flying solo today, but I want everyone to drop their questions in the comments, any concerns, if you have any websites that you want me to review or anything like that, I am happy to do so. Today, we are going to continue last week's preparation. And let me just go ahead and start my screen share here. All right, and you guys should be able to see my screen now. All right. Cool. So last week, we did a lot of really cool things. We reviewed some websites, which is why I'm saying if you guys want me to review your website live on the spot, I am happy to do that right now. But if you want to continue last week's planning, you are in the right place. All right, let's break it down here. So last week we talked about creating a portfolio website. So this is a website. This is a website that is going to be for portfolio. Felicity, I'm happy to do that. Absolutely. You can send it to pierre@builderall.com, or if you have my phone number, I will share it here. 603-404, and this is +1. This is a US number. So 603-404-1899. This is my personal phone number. You can reach me directly on here. So feel free to either text message it or send it through WhatsApp, whichever works for you. All right, for right now, let's dig in. We talked about having a big portfolio website to showcase your work, one big image, bold, attractive, inviting, so that when people land on the page, you immediately grab their attention. You want to showcase your areas of expertise. So in this case, we were talking about photographers. There are different areas of expertise for photographers, right? So if you're a wedding photographer, that's one thing. If you take pictures of nature, animals, sports, all sorts of different disciplines, you want to showcase what you do. And even if you dabble with some things, if you find that you want to be super specific and really hyper focused, do that, right? If you're going after weddings, only display your wedding photography. You can showcase other things like bridal shower, engagement, all of that's fine, but don't go showing someone's quinceañera. Don't do that. That's not, even if they're beautiful pictures, they're fine. You can maybe put them in a different section, but don't display them up front. You want your website to say, hey, here I am, this is what I do, hire me for your weddings, or hire me for whatever it is. Then we're going to follow it up by a photo gallery. All right, so here we want to display some images. We can look at some cool layouts. I know Builderall has some really cool pictures or galleries for images, so we'll grab one of those. And then finally, a contact form submission. We don't want this to be complicated, right? So in the previous session and previous workshops in general, we tend to usually show the whole marketing funnel. Is that okay to do? It's probably preferred. But if you just want to display your work, we want to keep the bar really low, right? We don't want to start talking about exit pop-ups and social proof and follow-up emails and SMS integrations. Let's hold off on all of that and just create a simple, beautiful website that you, as an artist or as a photographer, as a sculptor, whatever it is that you do, this is a place to showcase your work. All right. We took some examples. We talked about the picture up top really sets the tone for the site, right? And it does that really in a really unique way. If we look here, this is a wedding photographer. And we can immediately say, if you land on a website and this is the top photo, you see the wedding in the background, you see this, you're all in. You know exactly what this is going to be, and the expectations are set. Whereas if I start here, this is an outdoor photographer, right? If the next few images are close-up shots of birds, of nature, of a stream, of something, then I'm immediately put in that context. What I'm thinking we do for today is create a site for a photographer that we find here on Pexels. All right, Pexels, if you guys don't know, it's a free stock photo, royalty-free images that people create and upload, and it's Creative Commons, so we're not, we can give people credit. What we want to do is let's find a photographer and look at what they do and use their images as our basis. All right, and who knows, maybe if it's good enough, we'll share it with them. So let's go here. I'm thinking maybe some cityscapes, right? Some beautiful photography of cities, right? Skyscrapers, bridges. Let's see what we can find. If you guys want to see something else, or if you want to go in a different direction, drop a comment and we'll go from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in cityscape and let's see what happens. And if you guys don't know, all right, we're already seeing some beautiful pictures here. Let's see what this Alexander has to offer here. All right, beautiful stuff, right? Beautiful pictures. All right, this guy is the real deal. Alexander has it going. This is awesome. These are great. All right, so I'm going to point something out here. You see how this is more of like a concert vibe? Although it's a beautiful picture, it almost doesn't belong, right? It doesn't belong in the rest of the setting, right? I love these. I'm not really sure which country this is, but beautiful stuff. All right, and we already see we have some different types of photography. Okay, so this guy has more of like a commercial usage. All right. Love it. Love it. This guy has 2 billion total views, and I think it's 100% deserved. This guy's a great photographer. So let's head into our website here. All right. And again, what we want to do, simple, direct, straightforward, beautiful. Let's think about how to really let the artwork or the photography or whatever it is speak for itself, right? So let's do that. We wanted a beautiful, big, bold image, right? That's what we wanted to do. And then we were going to show a couple of, well, here we had the choice, right? We either do one area of expertise or many, right? So let's do this big image, and then maybe we'll do 2 for this case, unless we see a third. And then we show the photo gallery, and then we go in with the contact form. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, are we going to do a lot of colors? Are we going to do a lot of things of that nature? Probably not. I'm thinking not too many colors. Keep it really basic, really simple, and straightforward, so that when people get to the page, they're not being pulled in all sorts of different directions. Now, again, for you guys who don't know, if you're joining in for the first time, I'm a marketer. I'm not a designer. If a designer is going to see these, they're probably going to have some things to say, and that's totally accepted and welcomed. What we want to show is how easy it is to use the Builderall website builder, and the rest of the marketing tools that we offer to create a beautiful landing page for you with no code, very little design. All you need is eyeballs, right? You don't need to, have a terminal degree in design, but obviously, if you do, then you can really come up with some beautiful ideas. So let's start here. Let's go back to Alexander. Let's find that beautiful picture that's really going to take people's breath away, right? I'm thinking this one is a great example. All right. We see here you have the clouds and the skyscrapers like peeking up from the clouds. The color is really flat so that, I'm thinking maybe we have his name up top. Beautiful stuff, right? So I'm going to go ahead and download this and we'll see where we go from there. All right. All right. So Alexander Pesarik, you're the man. If you ever watch this, you're immensely talented. So let's go back into the website builder. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to close this tab here just to tidy things up a little bit. All right. So I'm on the website planner. I go to my panel. I right click on the panel here and I open up the settings on the side. You can use this box. That's totally fine. But I like to have it be open here on the side. It's a little faster to get through and showcase all the different settings. I find my background settings and I hit change image and I upload this photo here that we just downloaded. And I'm going to upload it. Stunning. To be honest with you guys, great. So last time we went into the psychology, we went into how people interact with websites. I don't want to create a false floor. We talked about that last time. So having a little bit of a gap or text or something to tell me that there's more at the bottom so that people don't leave. Okay. So beautiful picture. We're really going to let the artwork speak for itself. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my text. If only I can find it. Here we go. And I'm going to have a big title here. Center it down. And let's give this guy his flowers. Right? Let's copy, paste his name right in here. I'm thinking maybe black is a little too much, right? So maybe we'll settle with a gray. Like a darker gray, let's see. Okay, this can work. Maybe we can pick out a different font. And you can hardly see it, but for some reason I really like this, whatever's happening here. And let's look at different fonts. Could take it or leave it. I think this one is a little too out there, right? We want, modern sans serif font without a lot of complexity. If you guys have any suggestions, again, feel free to. There we go. All right. All right. So already, I think the size could be made just a little bit bigger. Let's do like a 85. 85 feels like it's the right one. All right. All right, beautiful stuff. So let's go from here to the next step. And we can do one of two things here. We can either give like a statement about Alexander, right? or we can just leave it all the way alone, right? So I'm thinking, imagine if we had some text underneath, right? All right, and then have it say cityscapes. Right? Something to say, this is what I do. This is something that I'm an expert in. You know, something where you like plant the flag, right? And at the top, maybe we'll throw in a small little menu. But I don't even think that's really necessary. Let's pause on actually adding a menu and just go from there. All right, because we want to showcase beautiful work. Maybe we want people to just scroll, right? We want people to take that next step. Now, this next box in our plan here, we wanted to have 3 images that show the expertise, right? So thinking design sketches, something like cityscapes. Let's see what this guy does. So we have cityscapes, we have beautiful aerial photography. Let's see what he has in his whole gallery, see if he has it sort of organized in this way too. All right, so we have some nature photography, right? So, and some cities and some commercials. So Alexander does cityscapes, he does landscapes, and he does commercial photography. So that's what we're going to do, right? We're going to get here, we're going to do these 3 sections. And maybe we'll throw in, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we do a box, right? And you always want to contain your designs, all right? Don't just leave your image and your text and your whatever just floating around on the panel, right? You can, obviously, you can do whatever you want, but we recommend that at the very least we have a box, even if it's a transparent box, that everything fits inside so that you can easily move things around and make duplicates and make edits. So that's our recommendation. All right, well, let's do this. Let's throw in an image. And we'll throw in some text too. All right, let's make this just a little bit bigger, center it inside this box. And I know what you guys are thinking, Pierre, are you going to leave this border? And the answer is no. I'm not going to leave this border. What I usually like about artists and their websites is they don't say too much, right? They're not really worried about having too much text. So here we're going to do cityscapes. Let's add to it. Let's say landscapes. And we wanted to do maybe commercial photography. And I think I dislike this whole thing, right? So let's find like one word, photography, and that's it. All right, cool. We wanted to add an image and we wanted to add some text. So for the text, let's see if we can duplicate this guy over here. All right, make it the same width. And we'll throw in another piece of text here underneath. Let's actually figure out if this is needed. So, what would we say? We would say, we would talk about the actual type of photography. I don't know if there's a need. All right. So maybe because there isn't really a need, let's get rid of it. All right. Let's think minimal, clean, not too much, right? Let's leave things to the imagination here. So instead of photography, let's say cityscape. All right. And let's duplicate. And let's duplicate again. Oop. Accidentally hit that center button. And here we go. That looks solid. So cityscapes, landscape, commercial. All right, we're following so far. Now, let's take care of this purple background, this purple border, excuse me. We're going to right click on the box itself. You're going to see here border size 1, border color. So let's keep that, whatever that color was here for the gray. Let me just grab it real quick. Use this color picker. Let's grab it here and add the color. And if you guys don't know, you see this plus sign. After you add the color, you hit this plus sign and it gets added to your color palette for your page. All right, I'm going to lift everything up just a little bit here while we make these changes. All right, we can use this ruler and add a ruler, and everything. Once you have a ruler, things will want to snap to it. Okay, you see that? So let's go ahead, let's right click, and this is the color that I've added, and I can quick select it right through here and it automatically gets applied. And this is the box, and let's find that border and let's add this color here. All right, obviously you guys, this is a Q&A. I see we have a good amount of people watching the stream. Feel free to ask your questions. All right, we'll tackle these on the spot, and if you have any questions or comments or additions to the design, feel free to drop them in here. All right, so this is what we have so far. I'm going to go ahead and save, and I'm also going to publish the site, and I'm also going to share this URL with you guys in the comments so you can follow along as we go. Here we go. Feel free to copy this and paste it into your browser, and you will see the live page the moment it populates. Okay, so it might, yeah, it's still populating, but keep refreshing and you'll see it appear on your side. All right, so let's move along to the next section here. We are going to finally showcase our photography. All right. So let's hop in here and add our gallery. All right. We have this beautiful section. It shows that we do these 3 things. And obviously, we're going to go back. We're going to make some additions. Maybe we'll throw in a button. But for right now, let's frame it up the way we want to, and we'll go from there. All right. So here I'm going to add some galleries, right? And I'm thinking we'll do something substantial. All right, some big panel that we can really use to drive the point. All right, so maybe something like this. This is beautiful stuff, right?
Hi, everyone.
Oh, hey, Jackie, how are you?
Fine, and yourself? I'm sorry, but if I bomb out, we've got huge storms.
No
There's
worries
something
at all.
wrong here.
No worries at all. Do you want here? Let me give you a quick recap. This is where we are. We were looking at this structure that we had created last week. Image, beautiful section here to showcase the different areas of expertise, and we are currently building out this gallery. So we found this immensely talented photographer on Pexels, and we're creating a website based on his work.
Oh, that's beautiful, hey?
Isn't it? Isn't it? It's absolutely beautiful. So all of his work is pretty great. So we just finished creating these boxes. It's going to be super minimal. We're not going to say too much. We're going to go back in and add some photography here. So we'll find some pictures that would be appropriate, and then start populating this gallery and give people a little taste of what they can expect to see. All right, so let's hop back into Alexander's profile, and all right, let's find some beautiful pictures that this Alexander character has taken. So I think this, wins for me. It's beautiful landscape. Makes you really wish you were on a tropical beach somewhere. And I don't know about you, Jackie, but I think if I could spend maybe all of my life in this cabin, that doesn't sound like a bad deal.
Just your laptop and your Wi-Fi in the cabin on the sea.
Yeah. So let me just go ahead and download this image. So we need a cityscape. All right. This is a cityscape. A landscape. We need a beautiful cityscape, like the one we used in the top photo. But we saw some things that are maybe in an Asian country. Yes, here, these are beautiful pictures. They're so attractive with all the signs. How nice is that, right? So, yeah, this one. Perfect. All right, so we'll download this. And then the third area of expertise is going to be commercial photography, right? Because this guy does some. He looks like he does some like ad-worthy photography. All right. So let's see. I like this. This is interesting. The bananas. Let's do with the bananas. The bananas. That seems like like really really conceptual, right? And that's what we want to showcase, right?
It reminds me of Gemini's nano bananas. Nano bananas.
The stuff that's coming out of Nana Banana is crazy.
Yeah.
So for the sizing, and this is a pro tip for everyone here. For the sizing of the photo, when you select these images, you want to say fit image to frame because you've already sort of designed the size so that when you add the image in there, it doesn't like blow out and give you some crazy result, right? So for the cityscape, let's go ahead and upload these 3 pictures here and select which one we want. The first one was the cityscape, which is going to be this guy. Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. And I think what I enjoy a lot about what we're doing, Jackie, is the fact that if this was a photographer actually trying to create their own page, it's so easy for them once they figure out the first couple of steps, right? So watching the screen gives them the couple of steps that they need. But it could be that easy, and they could have something that's totally customizable to whatever they want it to be. So let's add this landscape image.
I think that's what stands out with Builderall is the fact that you've got the freedom to design. You're not bound by rows and columns like you would get with some of the other builders.
Yes.
This really gives you the freedom to put wherever you want it.
I completely agree. So Beautiful stuff. You see this? So Alexander, someone lands here, they see the name. You like the font? I did
love
my
it,
best.
and I'm sure if he gets to this website, he's gonna buy Build It All.
Maybe we'll send it to him. Maybe we'll send it to him.
That would be such a good idea.
And so for the next panel here, we want to showcase a bigger gallery. All right. So here we land, beautiful picture, absolutely breathtaking. Alexander has us by the gills, so to speak, and we want to see more. We scroll down, we see the cityscapes, landscapes, commercial photography. Now I know that Alexander does these three things.
Yeah.
Okay. Naturally, what I'm gonna want to do is maybe like click on the thing that I want, right? We'll think about that interaction next. But what I want to show here is a beautiful gallery that shows Alex's work, and in a way that's like really, really beautiful, really nice, easy to look at. So,
and while you are doing and playing around with the gallery, I just need to mention for those that's watching, if it looks like the gallery is just the image that you see like that, when it's actually live and you double click on it, it opens up that specific image.
Beautiful.
And it makes it as big as like a pop-up, basically. Nice. So it's not just an image. You can actually engage with it.
So go from here to here to here. And I like this. I think this is the same one we looked at last time. I liked it then.
Yeah.
I still like it now. So, all right.
And I'm convinced that people watching is going to say, okay, but what is it going to look like on mobile? So this is the trick for mobile. Now we know that a gallery like this is very difficult because it's small on mobile and you can't really see what it is. And again, this is the power of Build It All. You can literally duplicate that panel, remove those images for the mobile and add it individually on the page, and then hide it on the desktop and view it on, and hide the gallery on mobile, so only the images are shown on mobile, one below the other. That is how you would solve that, or making use of a rotation banner in mobile instead of the gallery if it is too small.
So let's find a nice sequence or a nice series of images and download them and showcase his work there. All right. So I think this one is awesome.
Beautiful.
This one is also beautiful. I think this one is so cool. Some night photography. That's nice. I like this with the silhouette. This is really cool too. It's a nice angle. Oh, this is cool. Video. All right, and we'll go with this one. We'll see. This is so cool because it gives like this visual effect that's like really, it's really crazy. You see that? All right, we'll download it. We'll see if we can play around. All right, so for here, if you want to add pictures, you simply go here and you select your images and it opens your image counter. So I'm going to do that quickly. I'm just going to remove these ones that come pre-stocked. All right, let's add some photos.
I don't even know that that building exists. There's some beautiful buildings out there that's just so
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, for some reason they're all in Dubai.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Yeah. Let's see. Can we multi-add? Do you know if we can multi-add images into the gallery, or is it a single select?
No, unfortunately, it's one by one.
Okay. All right. So we'll keep going. And I will say it was quite a lot of images that were added in to start. So that makes me feel like I can add a lot of images here. So that's a good thing. I think photography is immensely important to show your work if you're an artist, right? So even outside of photography, if you're a painter, if you sculpt, if you even if you make music, you know, having beautiful photos of you, your music group, the band, the orchestra, whatever it is so valuable, and it's a really effective way to tell that story of what you do, you know, and how you do it. So
I don't know if when you grew up, if you had the show and tell at school. That's what we used to have.
oh, yeah.
You can bring anything to school. So let's say you bring a bunny to school, then you need to discuss that bunny in depth, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think human beings are like, show what you are doing and tell us about your business,
Right.
that kind of thing. It's a literal show and tell.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So I added these photos. Let me go ahead and save. And just to round it off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a contact form. And what I want to tell people is right now, by adding a contact form, I want people to like engage a different part of their brain. Okay, so we're no longer in the website design phase, right? Right now, technically, the website's done. All right. I know it doesn't look great, but Pierre, there's this. Yes, I know. There are many things that still can be done. All right, but what I want to focus on is with this, you can add your personal email. You can have a subject, you know, that you can like pre-fill for people, and this gives them the message after they send it. All right.
It's like, you know what, just get your business out there. You can always edit and adjust as you go along.
Exactly. So here I'm going to say this again. If you guys want to reach out to me, pierre@builderall.com. So right now, and it doesn't look great, and we're going to change it. We're going to do, you know, contact or get in touch. And that's it. So right now on the most basic level, this page is done. Okay, I have the wireframe, I have the structure, it's all done. If I needed to, this page is done, and we were able to do it in 40 minutes. Okay, now buttons, action, you know, what happens, where do people go? Do I want to add a menu? All of that. Yes. We're going to do all of that. But I want to just set the stage so that we can sort of get to the place in our minds where we accept when things are far enough along to go live. Okay? We can go live, then we can make it perfect. Then we can make it really good. Okay? All right. So what I want to do is I want to change the way this grid looks. All right. And maybe we can add a field that's a text area. right? For someone's message, you know? All right, and we added that text box. Let's change the grid a little bit. No, no, no. This one's fine. I think I'm just gonna stick with this. We'll stick with this guy. We'll take this gray and we'll change the gray on the contact form.
Just to mention while you are doing that, if you guys want to play around with the button that Pia just showed now, where you can put first name, last name, those things next to each other. If you click on it once, it will adjust it. But in the right-hand side, you will be able to even manipulate it a little bit further by changing the settings. So there is an option to play around. I know a lot of people used to see on websites where you've got just the name and the email and it's next to each other for a thinner bar. All of those can be done with our platform too, and it applies to the contact form as well. You can make it as simple as you want or as advanced as you want.
That is true. This font is a little hard to read when it's that small. So I'm going to go ahead.
That's a question I had earlier. I wanted to thought of when I just joined and I saw the font that you chose at the top and I thought it was ingenious. How did you make the decision to use that font?
I felt it was modern, sans serif, simple enough to like really leave the picture alone, right? Because that was my biggest concern. Imagine if you had this big bold text that's huge, that's in black. It's so disruptive to the picture. And we want to have Alexander's photography speak for itself.
Beautiful.
And yeah, we'll do this. And so that was the thinking here. Yeah, I like the spacing that we.
That's beautiful.
So that you land and the picture is the only thing that like really jumps out at you. And then when you scroll, you have these, could I pick better pictures? I think so. I think I'm going to change this picture because it bugs me a little bit. It's too bright. You see what happens here? You look at this, it's like the grays, the cloud, am I in heaven? Is this a dream?
Yeah.
And then boom, all sorts of colors come out at you. And I think it's great, but there's like a little bit of incongruency. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the pictures and maybe we'll do this one. And let's see what it looks like. I think it's better.
Yeah.
I think it's a little better, yeah. All right. Now for this, maybe can we center? Let's look at the contact form options and play around. All right.
Horizontal form. You just can't past it. Oh, you're talking about the text. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yes, there we go. And then maybe we'll look at the border. The border that we have. The border size is 0. What does 1 look like? Okay. I hate this color. Let's go here. Interesting.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I like that. I've never seen it placed like that, ever. I've never seen a contact box with the stuff centered. I love it.
Beautiful. Let's keep it away. This here, this field style. What does this color look like? No, I'm editing the wrong spot. I want the button. My bad. Here we go. If you're colorblind, I think you're gonna struggle with this website. But I think it's okay. The gray is a little light, but we'll go from there. What I want to see here is maybe like we'll do 0. and make it smaller, right? The button, I just took away all the rounding just because everything else is boxes, right? And I don't want to come in with the only thing here be this button have a 60-point round, right? That just doesn't make sense. And let me figure out how to change the size of the button. Alrighty. Text area height. I like being able to change it. Nope. I just ruined it. Okay. This was the button I was after. All right. And finally, I think I don't know. I'm having this personal conflict with the get in touch button. What do you think, Jackie?
It gets back to that when you sometimes just like overanalyze something because you don't like it, but you need to move on, but you can't move on because you want this thing to work for you.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
So what do you think? So this is the button here, and this is it at 50 points.
But it's strange. Just shows you. We've got Sarah here in the comments. It says she's loving rectangular buttons because it's so clean.
Yeah.
It shows how different we are with these type of things.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm wondering, like, full width or half. I'm not really sure yet. Tum here is joining the stream this morning.
I like that.
Yeah,
I personally like it that way because it breaks the format. It pushes my eyes to the button, and the button does look the same as the fields. It's like a funnel. It funnels from the pictures to the button, kind of thing.
Yeah, I understand. So, and here's what I'm going to do. Just to round out the way the page scrolls, I'm going to add a bottom panel, and this will be our footer. It'll probably be a small footer. And for the color, we'll just hit it with the same gray. And what I'm glad for this page is it really showcases how we can get in our own way, right? As marketers, right? Yeah. So this message is for marketers. It's not really for designers, because designers are going to design. You're going to go, you're going to do your thing. That's fine. That's what you're being asked to do, and I think that's great. But sometimes, as a marketer, you need to just get to the next step, right? So if I were Alexander here, I take off my photographer hat, I put on my marketer hat, and what I need to do is get my website live. Yeah. Okay, I need to showcase my work, and I need to move on.
And I'm convinced people visiting to your page is not going to worry about what your design really looks like. They want to see your work to see if they're going to employ you or not, or buy your images or.
Exactly. So here we land. We have this beautiful image, Alexander photography. All right, beautiful stuff. So now I scroll, and I get to the cityscapes, landscapes, commercial. I don't like the. Looking at this now, I don't know if I like this picture that I selected. I think it's too harsh, right? It's too harsh of a transition from here to here. And Jackie, this was the action that you were talking about.
Yes.
As I scroll through, I can click and I'll see the whole image. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. You can organize you can organize it. You can have a different calendar for every like scenario or every shoot that you have. You can have a different gallery for it and scroll through it. I think all of that's great. And then here, name, last name. There's someone at the door, Jackie.
Yeah.
And then with the get in touch, and obviously we haven't filled out anything. And this gray at the bottom. So if my objective was to get a website live, we were able to do that in 30 minutes. And I think that's wonderful. Now we can go back and we can make these changes. We can make the edits. We can look and say, okay, listen, the text color here doesn't quite match the rest of the site. So I'm gonna go in and edit, and I'm gonna make changes. I'm gonna do all of that. Then you can spend all your time optimizing, making it really good, and all of that good stuff. But for right now, I think it passed the bar, right? And I don't know what you think, Jackie, but for me, it's really important for us to actually pass the bar where we meet the expectations, right? We meet the request.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
What I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to change this color. I think it's too harsh. I don't know if it's the same one we're using, but the text color inside the field is too. There we go. It's this one. Yes. There we go. I'm going to save, and I'm going to publish. And obviously, here you can, if you really wanted to get into the business of it, you would add maybe an exit pop-up. Maybe you would add social proof. If that was the request. But for this page, we're not really asking people to do something specific because it's just a portfolio website. All right. And so how can we make this even better, Jackie? I think maybe linking these different boxes to a panel, maybe a different panel. And if we really wanted to get creative, we can do a hidden panel.
I just wanted to say that a hidden panel that if when they click, it opens up and then it closes again.
All right, so let's.
But I think for 3 hidden panels, it might be a little difficult. If it's because if you click Cityscapes, it opens it up. I've never seen if you had more than one at a time, what happens.
It becomes long. So thinking about it now, here's what I think we're gonna do, and this is gonna be a really cool thing if you guys haven't tried before. Jackie, I'm glad you're on the call because this sometimes I break things trying to do them, and this way I have you to save me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do excuse me, not an accordion. I'm gonna head down and find my my carousel. Where are we? Rotation banner. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a rotation banner here. I'm going to delete the pages on the inside.
I think I know what you're trying to do, and that's going to be very cool.
Yes. So I think you found me out. Here we go. And I'm going to grab the photo image, and I'm going to add it inside. What I want everyone to pay attention to is the blue border hover. Once I go in, oh, I need to add a page. Here we go. And once I add it in, you're going to see this blue border. You see this blue border? It's going to appear here on the corner. That's going to tell me that my gallery now is sitting inside my rotation banner. All right. And I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger and center the whole thing and center my gallery inside. Okay. Beautiful stuff. So now what I want to do is take this background color and make it transparent just to make sure that if anything changes in the future, it doesn't appear really clunky. All right, and the arrow color is going to be gray. All right, now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a page. I'm going to add another page. It's going to have a gallery. Let's go ahead and download some new pictures just to make sure that, we don't get confused. So let's go, this one. Now we're doing the commercial. Okay, this one is suitable for commercial. The chairs, that's good. And let's see, a beautiful picture. Look at this. This Alexander guy, he has the talent. All right, and this one's interesting. This one is more interesting, I think. Here we go. Okay, and these pineapples. Okay, enough downloading pictures. They're all beautiful. Okay. All right, now back to here. I'm gonna head into the
You know
second
what?
page.
Here, I just thought about another idea. I mean, besides this one, I'm just telling the people in general is that you can even make use of the big menu to place these things in a big menu, and then you attach it to the buttons of those three things at the top.
That's right. That's right.
I actually done something similar on my website for my testimonials, or not testimonials, portfolio. As well, where you've got different buttons and you click and it showcases the things, and you click on the next one. There's so much possibility within our builder.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. And sometimes you're going to try to do something and it might not work perfectly, but it might actually give you an even better result, right? And I think that's something that people need to really be brave with and do what you want it to do and see what happens, and figure out the next step from there. All right, so we have some of these pictures uploaded. I think I want to upload one more, the chair. All right. Here we go. So in this, we're going to link it to the different box. And let's remove all of these from the previous gallery. And we're going to save. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this because it looks like it belongs to a different series of images, and it really does. So if I were Andrew, I'd probably do something like this. And this is where, if you're creative, you're going to want to tell that story, right? So maybe let's remove both of these, the lady and the seats, and maybe download this guy and this one. This one is nice. You want your gallery to tell the story that you want to tell, right? And if you're an artist, or if you're a visual person like this, you're going to be concerned with that to begin with, right? And it's very easy to make these different changes to really dial in your site. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually delete this because it's already been uploaded. We'll do this guy, and we'll upload that banana with a cup. There we go. Yeah, you see that? Oop. I hit delete by mistake. Okay. Beautiful stuff. I don't want this to be my main image. I'm going to hit this setting again. I want this sequence of bananas. I keep hitting the delete button. And I'm going to put it up front, up top, and we'll go from there. All right, beautiful. So now I'm really happy with this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it so that when someone clicks here, the slider changes. Okay, the slider changes and shows the work that I'm trying to show. All right, here's how we do this. First of all, I go back to this box and I go and set this link. This is actually an updated feature for Builderall. Way back when, you couldn't set a link in a box, but now you can. So we can set this link, and we're gonna go down here to this rotation banner. And this is where it's going to ask me to select which page of the rotation banner it's going to be. Now you can change it. You can have on the rotation banner, you can change the name of the group, and you can have it, you know, be called whatever you want it to be called. But in this case, I know what it is. So this one's going to be page 0, and this one is going to be page 1. All right. So again, I set the link and I navigate down here to the rotation banner, and I hit page 1. And I select and I save. And now what's going to happen is, in real life, in real time, we're going to head over to the website and let's refresh it a couple times. So while it's populating, it's going to give this just momentarily. And if, you know, obviously, if you have a domain that's actually live, that isn't this Builderall default one, here, let me share this with you guys. And
I would always suggest for those that's listening to connect your domain as soon as possible. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you want to, especially if you're going to start sending emails, you want to start warming up your domain by sending out regular emails and all that kind of thing. Because it's really important. The older your domain becomes, the more, how can I put it, secure it is. And being seen online. So then you can start posting it onto your social media channels, posting it on Google My Business, post it all those different places. So do not delay to connect your domain. And then you won't see these type of things because it will be real time.
Beautiful. So Jackie, I sent you the link. Could you actually open the link on your side?
Let me check.
There we go. All right, it populated. And what we're going to see is I have this.
No, I can't open it up.
Okay.
But I know why mine is doing it. It's because my software, my antivirus is blocking it. So let me just add it as an exception, and then I will open it up.
That's okay. All right, I'm gonna just republish, just make sure we have the latest version of the site. And here we go. All right, it's working. If you look at my screen, I land here, beautiful. I get to this section, I show this guy's expertise. And once you hover, you're gonna see this action. All right. You can add an animation just to make it even more obvious that this is a clickable item. But if you notice that this page, you know, this changes. Once I click on it, it's going to change the rotation banner at the bottom. All right. So once I hit my commercial items, then, you know, then we see here. And if I want to take a look at the picture itself, I can. And I click here and it sort of controls this rotation banner. And here at the bottom, we can have a contact form. You know, obviously, you know, you can have it say, contact me or get in touch or whatever it is that you want it to say. But this page is, I think, more than suitable enough if you just wanted to get a portfolio out in the universe. This does the job and then some. All right.
Okay, I can show you what it looks like if you want to live.
No, I just went through it.
Okay.
All
So
right.
it show up. Okay, it's showing up for me too now.
Yeah. So we have this, with this. And is this the most beautiful website in the world? No. But does it do a great job at reflecting the artist's work? I think absolutely. You know, I think for me, if I was an artist, I think a page like this really highlights my work, really puts that that focus where it needs to be, right? So I can go and I can have a big flashy website for myself, and that's all fine and that's great, and I can work up to it. But if I just needed somewhere to go and create this portfolio website to showcase my work, to have people get in touch with me, I think this more than does the job. And we actually built it in like 35 minutes and then spent the rest of the time making these cool actions happen. All right. So cool. That's it, Jackie. What do you think?
I'm loving it.
All right.
I'm loving the idea that you can do so much. You know, it's not limited to, you know, you have to use this. You can use so many different kinds of elements that's available. Oh, but that banner there at the top, and I can't get over that font.
Oh yeah. I think the font was like the most successful thing of the whole site. The font and this, I think it's absolutely stunning. I'm gonna send this to our boy Alex. I'm gonna say, hey Alex, you know, watch this live stream and let me know what you think. You know, we'll see if he likes it.
Absolutely.
yeah.
He might just become a Builderall user.
Well, maybe, right? Maybe. So with that, it sort of wraps up today's session. I think for next time, we're going into the holiday season, right? Christmas is coming here in the US. We have Thanksgiving, New Year's, you know. So maybe we'll do something a little more festive next time. Let's sort of put something on the back burner. But if you are an agency owner and you want to escape the loop of doom that we all know and love, join me today. Jackie and I are giving our monthly workshops. It's called Agency Secrets. We're going to really break open what you need to do to scale your business, when you need to do it, and how Builderall can support your journey through it. So today at 1 p.m. Eastern. And if you haven't joined, go to builderall.com/agency secrets or find the URL on our homepage. All right. We'll see you there. Otherwise, we'll see you here next week. Jackie, thank you so much for joining. And,
even it was the last minute, but I was here.
It worked. And if you guys want to have your website reviewed live, let me know. Felicity, I look forward to your message. And otherwise, we'll see you all next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Bye.